Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. What is up, y'all? Philly Fly Show. Checking in, kicking it at Right Way Production Studios, and we are back for another week of UFC. This is 2026 New Year for the Philly Fly Show, and there's things coming, there's things going, there's big picks. I mean, last year was a good year, and halfway through the year I started the live video instead of having the black screen, so it's just been an experience. This month off has been a nice reset. Some major things in my life have happened, and some major other things I've taken a step forward in. Like, one of the things I'm going to talk about, I'm going to jump into here. I had to take a step away from any gambling. Like, very low amounts of gambling. Like, December wasn't like, the whole month of December wasn't like that, but the second half toward my birthday, I just, money-wise, I started looking at my credit cards and seeing how high they got, and then with all the interest, I was just like, you know what, it's time to do the right thing. I've been putting almost any amount of money I've had to getting these credit cards paid off. The second these credit cards are paid off, I can finally update my computer over here, because the one that I inherited from a buddy of mine who's helped me do all this, it's all Right Way Production Studios, obviously. It's just time for me to get a nice computer. It's time for me to do this on another mic. It's time for me to do this on a better live video, and to be able to edit and do some of these things that I'm not fully capable of doing. I'm going to try to do an edit here. I'm going to post this video. It's probably going to be just a normal video with no, what do you want to call it? Like little, just illustrations and stuff small things I want to do for the channel that I've always wanted to do, but I can't figure out how to do it on my phone. It says I can. I've tried it a couple times. I haven't been able to be successful. I'm going to try it again after here once I get a full video going, and we'll see how this all works. Okay? That's a little update on my life for a month. Update me on your guys' life, because I know I have a lot of followers. I have a lot of fans. I have people that really love my picks. I want to hear from more of y'all. I want to have more, I wouldn't say confrontation, but confrontation's the word that keeps coming in my head, and I don't understand why. I just want to relay more messages with y'all. I want y'all to follow my Facebook page, which is Philly Fly Show. I had a Twitter that I was running on this for this show, but that Twitter was just not the thing for me. So Facebook is where you can find me, or obviously this YouTube channel. But we are here. UFC is back. That's what we need to talk about more than my own life and everybody else's life. The UFC, man. It's been a month since we've been here. They left ESPN. They are now on Paramount Plus, if you didn't know. The biggest news of all is that all you got to pay for is a subscription of Paramount Plus, which is, I still haven't even looked it up. I got to buy it tomorrow, so I remember that it's there on Saturday. But every single pay-per-view, every single event is through the subscription now. You don't pay for pay-per-view. It's like having a regular TV, but with a subscription. This is the only way I would like to pay for a subscription. I'm not even going to watch anything else on Paramount Plus. There's not really enough stuff on there for me. There's not really enough stuff on anything for me. I don't pay for a lot of subscriptions, but that will be one subscription that I will love to join. Yeah, I mean, let's jump into it. We got a light heavyweight championship. This is UFC 324. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. You know what, man? Justin the highlight, Gaethje and Paddy the Baddy. It's a good main event. It really sucks if you didn't know this, if you're like 10 days behind, because it happened about 10 days ago. The fight between Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison had a fall through. Unfortunately, Kayla Harrison got injured in training camp and had to have some neck surgery. She's looking to come back toward the end of the year. It's going to be a long year. I have a feeling that if she's actually out, she says till summer, I'm thinking out till the end of the year. It just makes more sense with a neck injury. Yeah, I don't think we see that fight between them till the end of the year. I think Amanda's going to have to take another fight in between if she wants to stay in the UFC. Well, not really. The UFC is obviously going to keep her in there, but it would just make sense for her to have more of a warm-up fight here coming up, unless Kayla can actually come back in the summertime. Then it does kind of make sense, but I just don't see it happening in the summertime. But if I just don't, I just want Kayla to be healthy because I want to see this fight. I want to see who the winner is, but that's the unfortunate part. We got 13 fights here. They're all on Paramount Plus. Let's just jump into it. Let's get this thing over with. We will start with the first fight of the year, matchup number 13 in the welterweight division. We got Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. One thing I will say here, guys, did not do any rankings or anything because of the whole fact that if I could get this edit thing to happen here soon or faster and possible, you'll be able to see all this because I'll be having it flash across the screen. That's my next step. But for this one, we're just throwing it together and seeing if I can get the edit to come out. If I can get one part of the edit to come out, I'll just throw it out there. We'll get it done. But welterweight fight between Adam Fugit and Tyler Miller. It's a good fight. It's a good fight to start off the year. Fugit and Ty Miller Fugit needs a win. Ty Miller's making a UFC debut, if I'm not mistaken, or it's a second fight in the UFC. Can't remember if he had a Dana White Contender Series fight or a normal one. But Ty is a negative 440 favorite, whereas Adam Fugit's a plus 310 underdog. I'm going Ty Miller here, 1 out of 5 on the confidence level. He gets his hand raised. One thing about this whole little preparation I did on my research, I picked all of these fighters without knowing the odds. I just want to see how I do. I want to try it out. I've been thought about this idea a while ago, and I just make it work this time. I wrote it out, picked my fighters, did not look at the odds. Very, very proud of myself. For one, ESPN is lame and doesn't put out odds on there for whatever reason anymore because they don't have a sports book anymore, really. Just frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. Very frustrating to have to look between two sites to figure things out. All right, match number 12 is a bantamweight bout male division fight. Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. Smotherman is a negative 205 favorite, whereas Ricky Turcios is a plus 158 underdog. Ricky Turcios is getting beat down, man. Cameron Smotherman, both guys on a 2-fight lose streak, so both guys need a win, but that Cameron Smotherman, he's got the skill, man. Ricky's well-rounded, but not a very great striker. His striking's where his downfall is, whereas Cameron Smotherman's striking is just above average. So he's going to be able to put it on him, and I think he just destroys Ricky Turcios.
3 out of 5 on the confidence level. Cameron can get his hand raised. Match like number 11 here is a heavyweight bout. This one was a shocker to me. We get Josh Hokett versus Denzel Freeman. Josh Hokett is a negative 245 favorite, whereas Denzel's like plus 186 underdog. You know how I feel about heavyweights, especially guys I don't know a lot about. Josh Hokett played in one of the... You know what? I don't have this written down. I should have wrote this down. One, when I looked up Josh Hokett's 7-fight win streak, it wouldn't even tell me guys he beat. It just said nothing, which was just insane to me. And then Denzel Freeman, who only has 7 fights and 1 loss too. You get his whole fight record. So wherever Josh Hokett's fight record came from, I have a feeling that it wasn't very impressive for the promotion he was through, or the guys that he fought. But the dude is a former NFL player, so it's going to be kind of fun to see him in the UFC and see what he can bring. But I think Denzel Freeman's going to be a little too much for him. 1 out of 5 on the confidence level that Denzel can get his hand raised. I am so sloppy with this, guys. This whole month off put me a little back in my whole videotaping. So we'll figure this out as we go. But match like number 10, lightweight bout. It's a banger fight. This is a don't miss, don't blink fight. I've showed you those before. I've said those before, and they live up to the hype almost every time. Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. Hernandez, a negative 172 favorite, whereas Michael's a plus 134 underdog. Look, man, you can go whatever way you want. Alexander Hernandez went on a surge to a slump, to a surge, to a slump, back in a surge. The guy has the skill to fight it. He's fighting at featherweight. He's fighting at lightweight. He's fighting in both weight classes, which is insane to me. He's a little small in the lightweight division, but he still can bring it. Fighting a guy like Michael Johnson is no slouch, so he's got to watch those hands. Mike is well-rounded, but I do see it, Hernandez going in for some takedowns and actually being able to get him on Michael, because Michael, even though he's well-rounded, I don't think he's at the skill level that Hernandez is with his grappling now. But when it comes down to striking, look, Mike's a faster striker, but I don't know if he carries that much power over the power of Hernandez. Hernandez is a good striker, not super quick like Michael is, but he's got insane amount of power behind those hands. So it's going to be a fun fight. I'm picking Alexander Hernandez to get this win. I just think Michael Johnson's a little too old in the tooth to fight a guy like Hernandez, who is on a surge and just able to destroy some people. All right, flyweight bout for our next bout. You know, looking on here, we do not have a female. We have one female bout. There was supposed to be two, but we have only one on this one, which is a little shocking at the start of the year. But hey, it's still going to be a good night. Match link number 9, flyweight bout between Alex Perez and Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson's a negative 200 favor, whereas Alex Perez is a plus 154. We watched Alex Perez fight a great last fight and end up losing. But man, I think that fight took a lot out of him. I think that was the fight that ends his run at the with the flyweights. The weird thing is Perez and Johnson have, like, to me, they have this similar skill set where people just do not respect their power, and they got it. They got pop behind their hands in the flyweight division. You gotta respect it. The way they both fight is each other's weaknesses. It's just going to be a good fight. It's going to be whoever can land the best counter. That's who's going to win this fight. Charles Johnson's a little longer, so I'm going to go Charles Johnson here just because it's going to be whoever can counter punch better and land that better counter punch. And that's why it's only a 1 out of 5 on the confidence level that Charles gets his hand raised after this fight. Match like number 8 is another banger fight. That's 3, to me, banger fights in a row. I didn't say banger on the last one. I kind of implied it. I'm going to say banger on this one. Light heavyweight bout between Nikita Krylov and Modestas Bukauskas. Modestas is a negative 148 favor, whereas Nikita's a plus 116 underdog. Look, Nikita's just come up short against fighters who are better strikers than him. And I think Modestas he's long, he's got power, he's fast. Krylov's got enough speed and enough power to counter, but he's going to have to land a better shot. And I just think Modestas is going to be able to hit him at range and put him at distance, and it's just going to be the better fighter in there on Saturday. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level that he gets his hand raised. If you also didn't know this, another update on the fight cards. Every fight card is not going to be starting at 9 o'clock on Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern, etc., etc. They're all going to start at 8 now, which I like and I don't like. Cool, it's going to be done faster, but kind of like sometimes staying up close to midnight and having a good time with the boys and stuff, you know what I mean? And just a party at people's houses till about midnight. It's just fun things. It's old-time pay-per-view cards. That's what I miss. I hope that once in a while they go back to the 9 o'clock. But if you didn't know that, you did. Man, I have my dog. You can't see in this part of my video. I could flip it for you guys quick, but my dog is laying on his bed over here. Something's up with his stomach, man, because I can hear his stomach keep turning and rumbling. And I know he's not hungry, but actually he could be hungry. But old man's just sleeping over there, and all I can hear is his stomach rumbling around. All right, match like number 7 here. We got a middleweight bout between Atiba Gutierrez and Andre Pulev. Now, Pulev is a plus 540 underdog. Gutierrez, negative 950 favorite. There's a reason Atiba is a freaking beast like this. The dude never worked out or something like that before he came to the States, and he's just flipping ripped. They showed a picture of that, and I was like, wow, I don't know how dude's so ripped if he's never worked out before in a day in his life. And he comes here, and he's on a tear. He's learning as he's going, which is even scarier. And fighting a guy like Pulev, it's a good test for him. We're going to see if he's learned even more. I think he's going to put on a crazy show, but that's just me. I think he gets a finish on Saturday if you want to get better odds on him, but he's getting a win against Pulev. 4 out of 5 on the confidence that he gets his hand raised. If you know me, I've only put a 5 on so many people, and one of my 5s did lose. There's a reason I don't put a 5 on people always. You've got to earn that respect, but Atiba, he could do that. This next fight, I wanted to, but I cannot disrespect a guy I've watched. For one live, for one I cheered for. He was one of my guys, but He's just fallen off a cliff in the bantamweight division. So it's a bantamweight fight. We get Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. Figgy is a plus 750 underdog, whereas Umar is a negative 1600 favorite. Obviously, we're going to Umar here. It's not because of the odds. It's because Davison has fallen off the edge real fast. He should have stayed at flyweight. He should have went and did the flyweight stuff instead of ever moving to bantamweight. I know everyone always wanted him to because he was a little bigger in size. But when he moved to bantamweight, he became the smaller fighter. He's never been good when he's the smaller fighter and not walking forward. And he's just lost in the gas tank, the glass jaw syndrome. Everything you can think of is falling under where he's just slouching. And it's just that part of his career. He is getting old in the tooth. He should not be taking a bantamweight fight like this. He should be moving back to flyweight. If he even could make flyweight. I don't think he can make flyweight anymore. But Umar showed that he could be champion. He's got championship level pedigree in the bantamweight division. His bantamweight title fight, which came up short against another grappler, that grappler just got showed up. So it's time, man. It's time to see if you really got it. It's time to see. You should take a different Umar. You should have took a different fight. You should not have took Davison Figueiredo. You should have took a top competitor, but you didn't. And that's going to be your downfall for your next fight, because I don't know if you're going to get a title fight beaten off of Davison Figueiredo. 4 out of 5 though on the confidence that Umar can get his hand raised. Oh my gosh, people. My mouth is dry. Gotta take a sip of water here. That was crazy. That was a fun prelim. Now we'll jump to the main card here. Featherweight bout to start off the main card of the year. First one of the year. Arnold Allen versus John Silva. We haven't seen Silva since he lost his title fight. Was that a title? It might not have been a title fight. Actually, it might have been. I don't remember if that was a title fight or if it was a number one contender fight, but he lost to Diego Lopez. Lopez exposed him. We got to see if he can bounce back. The odds makers are saying he's going to bounce back against Arnold Allen. Arnold, I always thought was more of a grappler, but he's kind of turned into a striker, and then going back and looking at his more recent fights, it just goes to show he actually is turning into a striker. Bizarre to me, because I see him more as a grappler. Now, John Silva's supposed to be well-rounded. Obviously, we know he carries power, but I want to see grappling too a little bit with these two. Plus 230 on Arnold Allen, negative 310 on Silva. I'm picking Silva here, but I'm not very confident on it because of what we saw in his last fight. I hope that doesn't show up in this fight, because he is a good fighter. He's just got to get over the hump. There's just that. There's levels to these fighters, and he found the level, and he's got to figure out how to get over the hump to the level. So we'll see if he can do that against Arnold Allen. Then if Arnold Allen, let's just say he gets a big win on Saturday, that's going to float him up there to get a title shot, because he was on a tear before, took a fight, lost the fight. Things happen, man. Things happen. All right, our only female fight of the night here. Flyweight female fight, Natalia Silva versus Thug Rose Namajunas. Thug Rose is a plus 310 underdog. Natalia Silva, negative 440 favorite. There's a reason for this, guys. Thug Rose has not looked like Thug Rose in a while, and it just seems like it's the end, and I just don't like it. I don't like seeing some of these good fighters I've cheered for throughout my years of watching UFC just go out like this. Some of them go out bad, some go out good, some go out like Tony Ferguson, and Thug Rose is looking like she's going out like Tony Ferguson. She's got a chance to redeem that, but Natalia Silva is way too well-rounded, way too good, and gonna get a big W on Saturday. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. Natalia Silva can get her hand raised. All right, guys. I'm kind of rushing into here because now I'm hitting at the 20-minute mark, and you know me, I like to keep this around the 20-minute to 30-minute mark for you guys. Heavyweight bout between Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Now, Derek Lewis is a plus 240 underdog. Acosta's a negative 330 favorite. There's a reason Acosta's a favorite. It's the end of Derek Lewis. It's kind of like a rhythm here where they keep putting up some of these younger fighters against these gatekeepers. And Derek, man, your night's over, man. Waldo is the real deal. He's going to come forward, he's going to hit you, and he's going to put your freaking lights out, because that's the Derek Lewis I know now. I don't see him being able to counter and land a strike on Wooly Acosta, because, man, that dude is fast for a heavyweight, and he's got power, and you're going to see he'll take a shot and give you 3, and that's the downfall for Derek Lewis, because he only throws 1 missile at a time. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. Waldo gets his hand raised. All right, Matt, co-main event of the evening. Got moved to co-main event of the evening. Should not be co-main event of the evening. One side is I'm okay with co-main event of the evening. The other side, he just no. Sugar Show should not be co-main event of the evening. That's who we're implying. Dude, he's got hands, but he's not well-rounded enough to be an MMA fighter at the featherweight division against some of these guys. Oh, sorry, not featherweight division. I don't know where featherweight division came from. Bantamweight division. I could see him moving up to featherweight, but he's going to run into the exact same issues at bantamweight. So I don't know what the next step for Sugar Show is. Maybe he's finally learning and taking it serious. Maybe he's not. I can't tell you. Sugar is a negative 220 favorite. Song Yadong plus 168. I will say Sean is doing this hilarious gimmick about, Song Yadong. Got a great gimmick. It is funny. Keep rolling with it. That is funny. If you end up winning that gimmick, I'll laugh at and we'll be able to see. But he is fighting Song. Song's well-rounded. Song's got good striking, but I'd say he's more of a power striker, counter striker, whereas O'Malley just is fluid and just flows with it. So if O'Malley can start flowing and doing that, it's a bad night for Yadong. But if Song can get moving like he does, where he gets grappling mixed up with his striking and his boxing, it's going to be a bad night for Sugar. I'm going Song Yadong here, taking that plus 168 and cashing it to the bank. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. He can get his hand raised. All right, guys. Main event of the evening. Justin the Highlight Gaethje, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett for the lightweight championship of the world. Wow. For one, Paddy getting a championship is crazy to me. Just crazy. I'm not going to argue it. I mean, he's got the hype. He's got the wins. He's got the skill to be a champion. One more fight? One more big fight name? That's what I would like to see, but I get it. Nobody wanted to take this fight. Nobody wanted to take this fight, unfortunately, with Paddy. But Justin kind of forced himself into it. I get it. Justin deserves it. At the age that he's at, the fights that he's produced for the UFC, he fully deserves it. What is going on here? Why did all this stop?
A little recap on what I was just saying, because people have decided to call when I'm recording my podcast, and my phone's. I got a new phone a while ago. My old phone, if someone called while I was doing this, it wouldn't stop what just happened. That was very frustrating. So now I'm going to figure out how to edit that. If I can, if I can't, we're just going to leave it in there. I'm not going to complain. But we were talking about Justin the Highlight Gaethje and Paddy the Baddy. What I was explaining was Justin deserves it.
Shot because of what he's done in the UFC already. Paddy, I just want to see one more fight. That's all I was saying. The odds are plus 168 on a Highlight Justin Gaethje. Negative 245 on Paddy the Baddy. Yeah, that's some craziness right there. I don't need to even get into. They're dogging Justin. The odds makers are dogging Justin because of him getting knocked out by Max. Again, to get knocked out, he had to get his nose broken. I know Max had to do that to do it, but it was on like a fluky spinny kick that was going to the body, and Justin thought it. Justin reacted to it. It happens. It's the fight game. People get knocked out. But I don't see that happening to Justin against Paddy the Baddy on Saturday. If Paddy wins, Paddy's going to take him down and submit him. That's how Justin's going to lose. He's not going to lose by getting knocked out. He might get hit with a strike, Paddy get on top of him and finish him that way. That I can see. But standing up on their feet, I don't see that. I see Paddy going down hard. I see Justin getting a big win. And I see Justin finally getting that championship. And I don't see Justin retiring right away. I see Justin defending that at least twice and then retiring, because that is the type of fighter Justin is. God damn it, man. I literally